Hi, it's Melinda from Legacy Antiques and Estate Sales. I wanted to touch base with you on pricing. Now that we have yard sailing, garage sailing, tax sales and such gearing up, I've had a few people ask me, well, how do you find your prices? My prices are factored in a couple things. One, how much did I pay for it? Was it gifted to me? Was it something I paid full price for? And that's how I kind of factor those in. Or if I'm making something handmade, how long did it take me? How much is my time worth? And no, even though I think it's like a gazillion dollars, it's not going to happen. But anyway, those are the things that I factor in. I also, most importantly, think and ask myself and maybe somebody else that I'm hosting a yard sale for, well, what would you pay for it? So if you're going to buy it secondhand, what would you pay for it? Would you pay full price? Would you pay, let's say it looks like it's pretty well used, would you pay half price? How much, even though maybe the person only had it for a few months, how much would you pay for it? So those are the factors that I think of when I'm pricing my items. And allow yourself some flexibility. I've mentioned this in a previous video. Think about, how worn is your item? Can you get the stain out? Is it threadbare? Can you sew it? Can you patch it? Is it something you can get, maybe it's full of stickers from the kids. Can you get the stickers off? Just try and think about your items. You might get a pretty good dollar if you actually have items that are taken care of very well. If they're threadbare, if they're holey, if there's a lot of dinks, dents, the holey clothes and such, unless it's the style, I would just toss them. But it depends on the brands now. I'm on Instagram and see so many great resellers. So just look at the brands that you research. Go to eBay if you have to. I use eBay a lot. Go to eBay, and though you might say, hey, my item is going for a gazillion dollars. I like gazillion. Guess what? That's what it's listed for. Go to the little section. It's usually off to the side. You can either refine your results, or if you're using more maybe a computer, you'll see another type of area. It's on my computer. It's off to the left-hand side, and you scroll down. It's on the left-hand side bar, and it allows me to search the U.S., search my town, the zip code, radius, so on and so on, and then also to look for sold or completed items. I usually touch on the sold items to see what my item had sold for, and I'm usually pretty accurate with my pricing and so on. If you do this long enough, you'll get a feel for it. Now, I'm not versed in everything. I don't think there is a person out there that knows everything. It's also what the market bears, such as Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies were so popular some time ago, but now, unless you have like a real special one, such as maybe a Diana or some of the military ones, tribute type of Beanie Babies, you're not going to get those funds that you might think you're going to. It just, the market changes. It's, one year it's glassware, the next year it's musical instruments. You just don't know. And even though it's very sentimental to you, some of your items, sometimes they're not that sentimental, and sometimes people aren't going to pay for what you think that your item is worth. So, maybe bounce some ideas, ask some of your friends, family, hey, what would you pay for this? It's grandma's quilt or grandma's diamond or grandpa's stereo. Do some research of your own. Again, use eBay. Go to local stores. There's some stores, pawn shops, that'll give you a little bit of advice as well. So utilize that, or even hit up your antique shops. A lot of your antique shops will, the dealers there are always more than happy to speak about collectibles and such. So use those resources too. And also, again, just try to remember to bicker. If it's okay with you, hey, I'm not going to say a gazillion. I know I need, let's say, $100 for this item, but someone comes at you for, let's say, 95 or even 80. Be flexible a little bit. Try and say, okay, I know this item, maybe I picked it up for $50. I want to double my money, so I want 100. Well, maybe you can come down to 75, that sort of thing. But, sometimes people, especially if you do yard sales pretty regularly, if they find that you're not going to be very friendly or okay, I do this. If a person's not very friendly or doesn't want to dicker with me at all, chances are I'm not going back. Sometimes you meet people and they're not so friendly. Yeah. Of course, if they're giving it away, then I gotta wonder, okay, is this item gonna work? Ask the homeowner, ask the person that's hosting the sale, hey, can I plug this in or can you show me how it works before you leave? Don't go home upset saying, hey, Sally such and such. I'm just throwing that name out there, okay? So sorry, Sally's. But say, hey, can you please check this out and see if it works? That's Mr. Awesome. He was cutting grass. So I guess that's about it. You have a great day. That's all my tips. I'm going to shush now and go see Mr. Awesome. Bye.